Target audience is 13 and up. Hey guys, welcome back. Today we are talking about the history of Ultimate Dragoon. This is the first iteration of Dragoon and released in 1999 alongside Frostic Jonzer and Saizo as the first 3 Beyblades ever released. This is the main character Tyson's first Beyblade, or Takao if you're going by the Japanese naming. This is definitely more of a collector's piece at this point. It wasn't particularly great when it came out, and it's not very good competitively. All of the parts are pretty mediocre at best. But it is still iconic and has some interesting facts behind it. So first up, the history of it. The first piece of media that it shows up in is the Game Boy Color game Jissadai Battle Beigoma Beyblade. Ultimate Dragoon, Frostic Jonzer, and Saizo both appear in this game in the form of the bits. And the only thing carried over from this game into the manga and later the anime is the character Tyson or Takao, Kai, and Jin. The story of how Tyson ends up getting Ultimate Dragoon is different in the game than it is in the manga, so I'm going to cover both. So in the game, Tyson originally starts out with a pretty basic Beyblade. It's a little electric snake, and later on is going through a tournament at school and needs a better Beyblade, and an old man that he is familiar with mentions that there is a Beyblade hidden in an ancient temple. So Tyson and his in-game crew make the trek to these ancient ruins in pursuit of this Beyblade. Unfortunately, it's being guarded by the mythological god Quetzalcoatl, and we must first defeat it in order to gain access to this Beyblade. After beating Quetzalcoatl, he deems us worthy to pass through, and we get our new Beyblade, which is not in fact Ultimate Dragoon, but is Egg Dragon, which is a pre-evolution to Ultimate Dragoon. So in Jissadai Battle Beigoma Beyblade, one of the earlier themes that they did was evolutions for the different bits. It's something that coincided with the early releases, having the pre-evolutions oftentimes packaged with the later evolutions, but ultimately they ended up abandoning the whole Bit Beast evolution thing. For better or for worse, I thought it was a cool idea. The backstory to how Tyson ends up getting Ultimate Dragoon in the manga is a little bit different. A mysterious character ends up showing up and basically offering the Beyblade to Tyson. Unbeknownst to Tyson, this mystery character is Jin, one of the characters carried over from the Game Boy Color game, and also happens to be Tyson's older brother. Interestingly, in the manga, the bit chip depicted is the modern version of Dragoon, which is not the same as Ultimate Dragoon. They're completely separate designs, which was later adopted into the manga and the anime, but originally it was Ultimate Dragoon. The more modern version of Dragoon wouldn't be depicted in the products until Grip Attacker was released later on. So Tyson ends up using Ultimate Dragoon up until the end of his battle with Kai during his confrontation of him while still in the Blade Sharks. The match ends up being really close, and both bays end up taking damage, segueing Tyson and Kai to both jump into their next evolutions. Neither Frostic Jonzer nor Ultimate Dragoon ended up making it into the anime. They jumped straight into their later evolutions, which is a bit unfortunate because these early Beyblades are largely overlooked, especially during remakes. I would have loved to have seen some of these sort of remade into the later generations like Burst or X, but unfortunately I don't think it'll ever happen. And while some of these early Beyblades can look pretty dated at this point, they really set the precedence with what would come after, especially with dragon-themed white left spin Beyblades. For the past couple gens, that trope has sort of fallen into the antagonistic role, and I'm hoping that with X, the next white left spin Dragon Beyblade will be a protagonist, hopefully. I'd be interested to know your guys' thoughts on this Beyblade and sort of the legacy of the white dragon theme. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't already. A large portion of you guys are not subscribed, and I will see you guys in the next one.